This is Astro Geeks, and this is your girl, Karina Dean, bringing you the Jupiter in Scorpio transit for the sign of Leo. And I will be breaking this down astrologically, but I will also be including my Triple Goddess Tarot deck at the end of the reading, the astrology reading, just to give us more depth into the nature of what you can hold for you throughout this transit in order to lean on, in order to be inspired by. So you'll be seeing me shuffle the deck while I talk to you Leos who are Moon in Leo, Sun in Leo, and Leo rising. Okay, so this Jupiter in Scorpio transit started in October 11th, 2017 and will continue until November 2018. This is almost an entire year. Actually, it's more than an entire year. And it's Jupiter is the great benefic. Jupiter is excellent for fire signs because it's naturally ruled by a fire sign. And wherever Jupiter goes, it brings fortune, expansion, and protection. So this year Jupiter is also making trines to Neptune and Pisces. So this is why this series for me, Leo, is my creative way in telling you the story, the astrological story that has been transpiring for the past few years, and why Jupiter and Scorpio, and what about Jupiter and Scorpio is going to bring forth great fortune, great ability, great positivity into your lives. Okay, so where Scorpio sits for you is the 4th house of home. This is anything that has to do with your relationship to your mother, the matriarch, and your relationship to your heritage as well. Now, Scorpio is a very intense sign. So Scorpio is where you naturally have your powerful sense of a mom, and probably very psychic in a lot of ways as well. And just maybe very much so for you, Leo, they can kind of like burn, like take your fire out, right? And maybe not in a negative way, but in a way that washes you over, in the sense that your matriarchs or your mothers are capable of showing you your blind spots. And they have deep ability to know the truth. And your mother or matriarch was probably not the one to lie to. You know, like your maternal figures were powerful in your lives, continue to be so, but there was some sort of death and rebirth, and story of death and rebirth when it comes to the relationship with your maternal figures. Also what you call home. So you may have lost a home, you may have, just have not been back to your hometown in a long time. You may have separated to some degree from your mother. You may have lost your mother, and I'm really sorry if that is the case. So there are themes here where it's about coming back to what has been lost, what has been let go of. And Jupiter is going to provide for you a chance to come back to it in an abundant way, in which you are now more powerful due to the fact that you have lost it, and now you appreciate what you have lost. This could be in the means of a home, of your old childhood home, of just the home that you own in general, anything. Now the home in the occult is very much so the house with walls and a roof, but the home can also be considered the chariot. And in the tarot, the chariot across universal levels is anything that is carried, right? So this can also be something as simple as a purse, because you carry your purse. Purse is considered a chariot, right? Or considered home to a degree. This could also be a vehicle. right? Or some sort, whatever, tool that you use to get around. Usually that is a car. So you may have lost your car. You may have had to give up your car. There may have been some death when it comes to losing a purse that had some maybe sacred things in there. These are all very big themes, and Jupiter comes back providing a brand new chariot, a brand new home, a brand new way of looking at the home, a brand new relationship to your home, a brand new relationship to your chariot, which could also be your vehicle, your bag, your purse, something that carries everything that is valuable to you, right? Because that's what the home is. But it carries or protects everything that's valuable to you. So this transit also has a lot to do with, even though you had lost these things, the story is that in Pisces, where Neptune is, you have preserved, right, your deep psychological strength, because the 8th house is where Neptune is for you. And there may have been some breakdowns, there may have been some psychological breakdowns, some issues with or sensitivities when it comes to the resources of you and a partner. And you getting help, and you learning to trust again. All of that, though, is preserved in the 8th house, and your ability to have help, your ability to gain resources, your ability to see in the dark, in the sense of see beyond the bias of everything outside of you, your ability to see deeper than what is apparent. All of those things have been preserved for you in Pisces, and it may not have been easy, but they have been preserved. So you come out of this death in the home and chariot, and this preservation of the psyche and trust, right? And now Jupiter comes to bring forth abundance where the home is. Like I said, new home, new chariot, a new positive way of looking at your heritage, a new positive way of relating to the matriarch of your family, relating to your mother, relating to women in general. I'm relating to other people because of that, because your relationship to the mother or to the feminine is how you find your compassion towards everyone else, specifically women. So this has a lot to do with bringing you all of this new abundance in this area. And this year is a year in which you can gain a lot through your mother. You can gain a lot. You can also have new appreciation for the mother. You can gain power again, regain your power, your sense of emotional strength. So you've preserved your psychological strength, but how can you gain and regain your sense of emotional strength this year? That will also be a very big part of this transit. It's very intense for Leo because this is your foundation, and your foundation is based off of intense Scorpio. And so Jupiter is opening you up to the occult, to the darkness, and seeing that you are the light in the darkness, and seeing that the darkness, right, the darkness is the unknown. It's the blind spot. It's the place of chaotic realms, right? And you may have had some strong, intense relationships with your family. And this is a time where this can be rebirthed again. And this is through the darkness, which means understanding that everybody may not be perfect, right? That everybody may not be at the expectations that you want them to be. But in the dark, if you can see in the dark, you can see that we all come from the same place, that we all have issues that we're dealing with, right? And we all have we all need psychological healing, especially in the realm of your family. So for you, Leo, this is a very big time. And after this transit, you may find that you are solidified, right, in how you see yourself, which will enhance how the world sees you as well. Okay, so from the Triple Goddess tarot deck is number 23, which is your infinite truth. And it is a goddess of like the blue color, the blue nature. And there is a lot of energy coming from the throat chakra out of her mouth. And the number 23 has a lot to do. Number 23 has a lot to do with abundance through relationships. And it's really an incredible number, successful number. And I really feel like this card has a lot to do with exposing truth and understanding that truth is powerful, that it can cut through the thickest of walls, and your ability to express yourself and expose yourself, right? And maybe even have to expose others in order to regain a sense of intimacy is where I feel this card will help to remind you that using your voice, using your truth to cut through the dark, to be the light in the dark, is what is going to carry you through this incredible time. So you're very protected in this area of home and mother. And it really is, even though it's not like out in the public, your foundation is where everything grows out of. And so this is a very important part, because anything that hits your first, your fourth, your seventh, and your 10th is a part of a very big shift in life. And this for you is coming back into your roots. So I hope that this reading has been beneficial to you, Leo. And thank you so much for tuning in to your Jupiter and Scorpio reading. Again, this is the benefic planet that is in your 4th house from October of 2017 until November of 2018. Thank you for tuning in to Astro Geeks TV, and I will see you in the next video.